Good morning, everybody. So really appreciate everyone coming here early in the morning and giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm Kiran Kadekuppa, CTO and co-founder of HUEX Labs. And here I am talking about our first product, which is called AIDA, the Automated Intelligent Drive-Through Assistant. All of us have been to drive-throughs sometime, and we have had some good experiences, some frustrating experiences too. And with the pandemic and with the most of the workforce moving into the gig economy, the drive-through systems in the quick service restaurants faced a huge shortfall of labor. And whenever the labor attrition happens, it takes a lot of effort for the food industry to retrain the professionals who are brought on board newly. And then the rising labor costs are on the rise, which about 30% expected year after year in the next few years. And these three trifecta of issues were the problems we were going after, and we created something called as AIDA, which is an automated drive-through assistant using AI-based application that we have experiences with. So introducing AIDA, this is an endorsement from one of the franchise owners, we interviewed in Canada and Northeast in the United States. This is an endorsement confirming our theory and our problems area that we are going after. I'm sorry, it's still loading. Can you see my screen? Can somebody please confirm?
Yes, we see it.
Okay, so our solution is you drive into a drive-through system, into a lane, and instead of speaking to a human, you would be speaking to an automated agent like the way you would speak to an Alexa or a Siri at home. So it will be received by a computer system, which is continuously monitoring your audio stream that is input into the kiosk, and it is processed continuously. For example, if you come to a drive-through and say that I want a tall mocha or tall chai tea latte with a banana nut bread warmed, so the whole audio stream is actually synthesized by our system, and each of that word that is being uttered by a customer is processed into the system. And we have a proprietary algorithm which we have built, we'll talk about where we stand overall in the life of the product, but we are at a point where we are able to do with about 90% accuracy all the orders coming into a coffee chain that we are working with in Canada and Northeastern United States. So the way it would work is you drive as if you would normally do. Instead of placing the order, somebody human speaking, you would get your order processed by a computer system, and then it will place the order in the order management system as you would do. And also it does few of the things behind the scene. One is for the franchise owners, it is continuously monitoring which products sales are happening more, and what kind of inventory exists, and it provides a digital dashboard. So we have built an app which is in the App Store right now. And it is continuously also looking for improvement opportunities, so that if there are products that we are newly launching, how is the accuracy of the system as it receives the order coming into through the voice kiosk. So it provides a business improvement opportunity, an inventory management system, and also the front facing on the customer side for voice-based interaction. So what is our business model? This is one of the lucrative business model we are proposing, and we are in a paid pilot right now with a coffee chain in Canada, and which has presence in Northeastern United States also. We are saying 1% of all transactions that happen through the voice. There are other alternate models, which is we can take on a subscription very similar to what you would do with Netflix, which is a flat fee on the number of locations, because the franchisee model are typically by the corporate, and then there are businesses which run different food and beverage chains and such. As per our analysis, this is a huge industry that is to be disrupted, because automation is the only way that we can address the shortfall in labor and all the other problem areas that we are going after. We see that as an organization, if we are able to go into 1,000 locations of any chain which is having a drive-through, we think about it as 22 million USD per annum as a recurring revenue. And so why AIDA now? Why AIDA and why now? So one is we are able to move from one QSR food chain to another very quickly, because we built the model in such a way that it is generalized. It has a minimum training requirement, because when you are talking about an AI system, you need a lot of training data. So our algorithm that we have built is a low shot algorithm, which means that when you move from, say, Arby's to Wendy's to another food chain which has a QSR, our training of the menu and the dish and the drinks and beverages that is sold is minimal. We also have two different models. One is on the cloud as well as on the premise, which means that you don't have to do a network chatter between systems whenever somebody comes into the drive-through. Instead, everything is processed locally in a low-cost computing, which is a small PC, which is available, which is hooked to the audio system of the existing QSR. And we support multiple accents. We have already tried, and we also support multiple integrations with databases for point of sale, order management, and analytics dashboards, which are provided to the QSR owners. So how do we go about doing it? When we move from one chain to another chain, or we move from food to another industry, we gather data or we create synthetic data, which is typically about 8 to 10 weeks of exercise. We label the data to be suitable for that specific industry. And then we train and tune the system to make better detection of what the voice inputs are. And then we also build different API connectors to suitably connect with the backend systems respective to that industry and to that business use case. We do have certain players who are already in the same field, but they do it differently, and they are going the problem outside in, meaning they don't have the industry experience as we have, because one of the co-founder, the CEO, is actually a franchise operator himself. He runs about 65. He and his family runs about 65 locations in Canada. For the Tim Hortons, which is a coffee chain very similar to the Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme here. So they know the problem inside out. They have seen it, and we have access to some of the locations where we could try. That is where we have already started piloting. And we are in the process of
time. You're out of time as well, so try and wrap it up in 30 seconds, okay?
Sure, will do. Thank you so much. So we are right now doing a paid pilot with one of the largest chicken chains with NDA that is blurred, and we also want to highlight the team. The CEO and co-founder, he is a franchise operator, so he knows the problem in and out. And Dr. Jiping San, he comes with 30 years of academia experience. And both of them are based out of Toronto, and Toronto is the AI capital of the world, as they say, and that is why he's there. I'm here locally in Charlotte, and I'm starting to expand operations here. And with that, I conclude my presentation. The one ask that we have, which is the major ask, is as we are in the early stages, we have bootstrapped ourselves. We are looking to do paid pilots. So we are looking for leads or conversations that could open up with QSR franchise operators, owners, and brands. And the second thing is, obviously, we are rapidly expanding our team and looking for funding also. With that, I conclude my presentation.